Good afternoon, greetings, and good day. And I am back once again. You know me, I can be on the ball, I can be right on it, bam. But sometimes, and let me just say real quick, I am a work in progress, so just be gentle with me, okay? Because we know sometimes life just gets busy if you work a full-time job for corporate America, if you have a full-time business. If you're doing both like me, I have a full-time 40-hour work week job as well as running a full-time small business. So you have to put your efforts into both because right now I am not in a position where I can just say, okay, I'm going to stop working and I'm going to focus on my full-time job. My goal, however, is to stop working and retire at my young spirited age and just work, and just work solely for myself. Inshallah, and peace and blessings be upon me. And Nam Yaho Renke Kyo, I will get there. I will get there. Okay? That is my thrive and my strive and my goal and my mission. Okay? But in between time, I'm going to do what I do and I'm going to keep doing what I do. So let me officially again, good day, greetings, good evening, wherever you are at locally, globally, internationally. I am your host of Aisha Speaks Jade podcast. I am Aisha, but a lot of people call me Jade. That's what I prefer, but if not, it's all good. And the episode that I'm going to be speaking about today is why celebrating other women makes you more successful. Why celebrating other women makes you more successful. Okay? So the way that my page is set up, I started it, I guess, a year ago or close to a year ago. And I just one day in Atlanta on Peachtree Road in Buckhead was like, you know what? And I was standing waiting for the bus. And I was like, you know what? All this anxiety, but yet I need to get it out about who I am, right? So I made a random decision to start doing a podcast and incorporate that into my business that I already have. So I've been going since then. And I speak about dark days. I speak about in the middle. And then I go to the present. And with that, not only do I speak about trauma and mental illness and how everything all connects, but I also speak about positive things that we can do with our lives, whether or not we're diagnosed or not. So again, this episode is on why celebrating other women makes you more successful. And we should celebrate each other. There should not be any animosity, any hate, any jealousy, envy in your feelings. But I know the reality of it is that it is. But when you celebrate other women, you're celebrating yourself as well because you're having to come up just like they are. When you're being supportive of each other, that's come ups. So, again, why celebrating other women makes you more successful. So, despite our best intentions as women, our first instinct is often to compare ourselves with the other women around us. Their appearances, their relationships, their careers, their talents, which can evoke feelings of envy and awaken an unhealthy sense of competitiveness. While in the right settings, competition can be a positive thing, especially when it drives you to put more effort into something. When it comes from a place of envy or comparison, it not only harms our relationships with other women, but it can also damage our self-worth. Fortunately, it doesn't have to be that way. In a world where women are still striving for gender equality in many areas, it makes no sense for us to be pitting ourselves against each other. Supporting other women and celebrating their successes can make you much more successful because it encourages others to do the same for you. So, here's how to squash that envious mindset and become someone who celebrates other women. Okay? And if I see someone with a nice hairstyle, some nice shoes, some nice kicks, a nice dress, outfit, pocketbook, whatever, you know, I'm going to acknowledge you and say that's a nice hairstyle. It's nothing more, nothing less. Into it, ladies. Okay? No one, not all of us are looking to be with you or anything like that. It's just celebrating you, acknowledging that it's something that looks nice. That's it. But sometimes some of us, even when you acknowledge, sometimes, like, I'll be like, oh, those are cute shoes, and just keep it just that simple, nothing more, nothing less. And then I get the look like, that crazy twist up face, the mouth is twisted, like, okay, boo, the shoes are still nice, but you have a nasty attitude. And I just keep it moving. But anywho, if you admire something about someone, let them know. I know that can be hard. Believe me, I do. Women are known for being hard on themselves, and we are. I have always said that I am my own worst critic. Have you said that? If you have, definitely put that in my comment. Have you ever said to yourself, I am my own worst critic. I am hard on myself. So, and if you're having a bad day or feeling low on self-esteem, a kind word or even a simple compliment from someone can make an enormous difference. So the next time you admire something about another woman, don't just keep it to yourself. Even if it's a stranger on the subway or someone standing next to you in line, perhaps maybe at the grocery store or wherever, tell them how pretty their eyes are, or how lovely they look in that dress, or what a nice smile they have. And again, I know that can be very hard, because if you're just coming from a place of just giving a compliment, that's it, nothing more, nothing less, a lot of times that can be taken from the other person in a different way. She may think that you're trying to come on to her. So if you're going to give that compliment, just make sure that you're giving that compliment from a good, positive place. Nothing like you're trying to holler at that person. And then again, if you're taking a chance, unless you know, or unless you got some beanie spider senses that you know what you know. But anywho, so again, even if it's a stranger on the subway or someone standing next to you in line at a store, tell them how pretty their eyes are, how lovely they look in that dress, or perhaps they may have a nice smile. And then watch their faces light up and how they smile to themselves after you leave, revealing in the small boost in self-esteem. Compliments are always worth more when they're unexpected, and they can make a bigger positive impact on someone's day than you might imagine. Again, all I say is just be careful about it, because people can take that way somewhere else. I mean, I've never told anyone they have pretty eyes or nothing like that, because the way my intuition is set up, I don't know. I'm still a work in progress, and I don't know how that's going to work. But I certainly have told people, oh, that's a nice hairstyle, or you got some nice shoes, nice kicks, cute bag. That's it, And it's unfortunate, but sometimes you have to, I guess, get drawn back. And this is where, this comes into play, where it's like, do I say something and they just be like, thank you, and keep it moving? Or are they really, going to give me this attitude, or really think that I'm trying to holler at them when I'm really not trying to do that at all? So on the flip side, when you have a judgmental thought about another woman, even if it's just on social media, think about what that says about you and your feelings and or self-esteem. Is it something you are sensitive about yourself? To counter it, try thinking of 3 things you admire about them and why. By gently nudging your mindset into kindness over criticism, you'll likely receive a boost of self-esteem yourself. So I get that. But again, like I said, sometimes if I've given a nice little positive girl, you go ahead with yourself, then they give me that attitude back, I'll be like, okay, boo, forget you, because you're not all that. And I don't think that's a reflection of me, honestly. I mean, some people may be like, yeah, it is, but not to me, because if you dishing out ugliness to me, okay, go ahead about your business, and I do the same. But that's just me, you know. Everybody deals with things, everybody deal with things differently. So let's go on to the next, which is give others a hand up. So, scenario, there was a story in the news last year about how women staffers in President Obama's office, when he was in office, devised a subtle way of making sure their opinions were heard and recognized in meetings. So each time one woman would make a suggestion or point, another woman in the room would speak up in support of it. Fortunately, Obama, long known as an advocate for women, go figure, quickly noted what was happening and made sure to call on the women on his team more often to make sure their voices were heard. So there are many reasons why some women's ideas and opinions aren't heard as much as they should be, and some of that has to do with our own self-confidence. And I know for years, even growing up being young, I've struggled with self-confidence and self-esteem, because so many people, including family and family-like and going to school, because I'm light skin, there's always been an issue, been called ugly, been called yellow, been called Oreo, and all of those negative words that when I was growing up, I didn't understand that. So all I did was get my feelings and I would be hurt and or cried because I didn't understand that, and I didn't know how to speak up or stand up for myself. But try me now, boo. I am not that young person anymore. So, turning it around, and I'm not going to even lie. Sometimes I do struggle with a self-esteem and some self-confidence. I do. Again, I am that work in progress. But, I try my best to really uplift in positive ways, even if it's not saying you're wearing something nice, but just be positive, because I know in our melanated brown sisters and our different shades of our brown sisters, we have similar stories of struggling with some self-esteem and self-confidence. Okay? So, but we can also help each other by supporting other women and reinforcing their voices, as well as championing their efforts and abilities. Now, there's those that we can't help because they're stuck, and for some reason they're not looking to move out of that negative place. So you just kind of have to leave them there, because we can't change the world. We can't change them. If they don't want to improve, that's their choice, and let them be there. So if someone has done an amazing job, tell them, and be sure to celebrate them in front of other people. So again, we can help each other by supporting other women and reinforcing their voices, as well as champion their efforts and abilities. Next is be present. You may have met one of those rare people who seem so present and captivated by what you are saying that you feel as though you might just be the most interesting person they've ever met. Their encouraging smiles, meaningful eye contact, and relaxed attentiveness make you feel unbelievably empowered. Even if you're talking about something as mundane as needing to change the ink cartridge in the printer. That's just one of those examples. So it's so easy to get caught up in our own thoughts. And what we need to do that day that we end up only half listening to people when they are talking. And while they might not say it, there's a good chance that they'll notice our inattentiveness, which can be extremely discouraging. So have you ever been in a situation, and be real, even if you don't want to do it with me, do it for yourself. Have you ever been in a situation where someone is just kind of pouring their heart out and somehow, some way you are not paying attention to them, like your mind is somewhere? So let me be honest and say that I have been like that, where it's been someone talking and I'm completely thinking about something else. I'm being honest, because I can do that I have not listened, like my mind is focused somewhere else, like I'm not even hearing them, and or I'm a dreamer by nature. So I could honestly be wanting to listen to you, but I just kind of space out and get in my dream state and I'm somewhere else. So it's been intentional and unintentional. And I can be honest with that. And let me apologize to anyone in advance that I've ever done that, especially not listening to you. So, and while they might not say it, there's a good chance that they'll notice again our inattentiveness, which can be extremely discouraging, and it can be, because I'm sure someone probably has done it to me as well. So a good way to catch yourself doing this is to take note of when your mind is wandering. And I just said that because my mind can wander, and I don't know how other Pisces see it, but me being a Pisces, that's part of my trait, being a dreamer and kind of just zoning out. Or when you are already formulating your response in your head while they're still speaking. So the next time you're talking to a female friend, a coworker, try to actively listen and engage with them, asking thoughtful questions and giving them your full attention. The energy that you send will make them feel appreciated and empowered. And again, here's a quote. If someone has done an amazing job, tell them, and be sure to celebrate them in front of other people. Next is find your team. Find your team. So as women, we have a tendency to downplay our successes or brush them off. But it's important to have at least one person with whom you can unabashedly celebrate how great you are. They say mothers can be perfect for this. And if that is true, then utilize that. And if it's not, that's okay, but find someone else that can be perfect for that. Find one or two like-minded women who are chasing similar goals as you, and make the agreement that you will always be there to cheer on one another's successes. Almost like, being supportive for each other, because it goes both ways. Being like an accountability partner, because that goes both ways. So I get it. For each other's successes. Give yourselves permission, talk about how hard you've worked, how proud you are, and what it took to get to where you are. You can also use each other for encouragement when times get tough, because you're going to have those good times and you're going to have those challenging times. Or to help stay on track to achieve a dream you are chasing. At the beginning of each week or month, share your list of goals with each other and brainstorm ideas for how you can achieve them. Do you want to complete the first chapter of the novel you are writing? Or perhaps score a meeting with your dream client? Or perhaps it's simply to work out a certain amount of time each week. Whatever it is for you. If you have someone to hold you accountable, and that's why I said an accountability partner, and check in with your progress, giving you encouragement or tough love when you need it, you're much likely to stay on track, and you'll have someone to celebrate with when you finally achieve it. And again, that accountability partner or someone, that accountability partner, it should work both ways to me, okay? You just be there for each other, good, bad, and indifferent. Don't just be there when it's good, but when things get hard or challenging or tough, you walk away, because that's not going to be a good look. So here's a question at the end of this episode, and I would really appreciate you guys if you just leave those comments in my box here. So the question is, how has celebrating other women made you more successful? How has celebrating other women made you more successful? So take a few moments to think about that and then put your comment in my box here. Thank you guys so much. As always, I do appreciate you. If you didn't know it now. I definitely appreciate you. I'm all about supporting people, but especially we're speaking of women. I'm all about supporting women and getting that support back, getting accountability and giving accountability and giving an encouragement for your successes, for our successes, to positive, like-minded people or to positive, like-minded women. Knowing that I can't do it for all women because everybody is not there or not there yet. But for those like-minded women that are out there, that's on the same level, you know where to find me. So I would like to welcome you to my social media platforms. You can find me at Facebook right here, right now, Instagram, Twitter, and I have a YouTube channel. You can find me at Aisha Speaks Jade. Aisha Speaks Jade. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I have a YouTube channel, Aisha Speaks Jade, which you can go to my YouTube channel and subscribe by hitting the thumbnail and also hitting the notification bell to stay in the loop of everything. And I thank you in advance for having your patience as, the videos are getting uploaded, and, my social medias are, just in general getting uploaded and, getting caught up on everything. Also, if you are on LinkedIn, I have a LinkedIn page as well. Aisha Jade Speaks. Again, Aisha Jade Speaks. I'm on LinkedIn. Always remember your self-care toolbox, your self-development toolbox, your self-awareness toolbox. Make sure to love on yourself and respect yourself. Know your worth as well as your value. Step out on that faith or step out on that belief, and like Nike, just do it. The thing that scares you the most is going to be that thing that you're going to be successful at. Okay? And when you go through those challenges, always remember the 3 C's. Catch it, check it, and change it. Will it be easy? No. Can it be achievable? Yes, it can. I am Aisha, also known as Jade. I am hashtag the messenger as well as hashtag the researcher. Until next time, enjoy yourself. Have a better day. Peace and blessings be upon each and every one of you. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo and Ashe. Peace out.